I have followed Linear for some time. Rumors are that Linear is gaining adoption as a favorite backlog management tool for product managers and product teams. But I'm also a long time Atlassian Jira user, and I was eager to study and test Linear if it's really worth its good reputation. So I decided to take Linear finally into use and demonstrate the main features in this video out of the box. So I haven't really used Linear, so what you are going to see in this video is pretty raw take. Alright, let's get started. So I'm going to use the free version of Linear, and if you go to the Linear main page, you will see the pricing tab over there at the top, and I'm using the free version. I pay nothing for using that, but it has, of course, its limitations. So I can add team members, but only add 2 teams, and my issue size is limited to 250 issues. And I can get some integrations there, like Slack and GitHub. But of course, if you move using to the paid versions, then you get more features. I'm not going to go deeper into this, what is in the paid version for the basic and business tiers. As you might guess, the more you pay, the more features you get, but you really have to think if all of these are really worthwhile for your current use. You can start using Linear with your Google account credentials. So that is what I did, and I actually have my main view over here. During the installation, it will ask what is the name of your workspace, and I am here in my example, I'm going to create an airline app. So there's a desktop version on a Mac. You can of course install that, but I'm going to use the browser version in this tutorial. When you start using Linear for the first time, then you get some issues here. So these are tutorials that you can go through at your own pace, so you get a good understanding what is available in Linear, and get to know the main features of Linear. But I'm not going to stick with that today. And by the way, there's also a mobile app available for Android and iOS. When you run through the setup for Linear, it will create this workspace for you. You can give it a name. I have my workspace called Airline App as my product. So you can also create new workspaces or join another one. So here you can see that you can switch your workspace, or you can create a new one if you want. So for your product or your workspace, you can create projects, and you can create actually several projects. But let's see if you want to create a new project for this product, which in my case is this airline app. So let's go to projects, and I then try to create a new one. For my airline app, I can call this a landing page project, and add a short summary here. New landing page, design and implementation. All right, and you can write some more descriptions and define milestones for the project if you will. And here are also some other attributes you can assign to this project. You can assign priorities, assign a project lead, project manager, add some members, target dates, starting date and target dates, and dependencies, labels, and so forth. Okay, let's now create the project. Let's click here, view project, and there it is, and you have this nicely defined page here where you can see quickly the main information about the project, and this looks actually very nice. Okay, let's now try to add members to this project. So you can click add members here, and you can invite and add a member by sending them email. Invitee accepts, then I guess he or she will be added to the project. I won't invite anyone right now. You can also invite people here on the left hand side. When you have this try block here, then you invite people. But here you can invite people to your workspace, to your product workspace, and that's a little bit different. But I guess from there on you can assign people projects as well. So this is at least two ways to add team members to this product development. Okay, and let's check if we can create a team here. So if you go to this workspace section there, pressing more, you can have teams also built here, and as you can see, I have only one team here in the moment, but if I go to the right hand side, I can press plus here, and I can create a new team. Here I can fill in some basic information, select an icon, an identifier, which can be used when the team has issues assigned. So they have this prefix, like for instance here you can see that engineering or design team immediately suggests prefix or the identifier for the team issues. See that, okay, it suggested three first letters. Some other things here, like copying an existing team. I'm not really sure what is possible here. Maybe you can add some copy settings of an existing team for your newly created team. I'm not sure what this is all about, but let's not stuck into that. I will have to check this later on. And team time zone. I'm in GMT +2 right now. Select the time zone of your team where the majority of people are working, making teams private. Okay, so it says that private teams and issues are only visible to members of the team and the admins. Okay, and they can only create or delete or add new features. That seems easy. And if I create now this team, let's try that. Okay, so I have now, you can see on the left hand side I have this design team, and you can see there are issues here. There's no issues yet. Which projects the team is working on or are assigned, and some other views. But let's try to create a new issue for this team from here. Let's create a team building event, and when the team is starting out, it's a good idea to have a team building event. So let's check that what status of this issue you can assign right away. So here you can see the default or statuses for the team issues. So I guess the backlog is kind of being planned, and then when you take the issue under planning, then I guess to do is for that, and then you also have in progress done as a default. I don't know if you can really add new states. That would be very nice if you have multiple stages in your development cycle, but that remains to be seen. This is the raw take of Linear. I haven't really used this at all, so this is what you get by default. Priority, urgent, high, medium, low, pretty standard here, and you can assign this to me. I get it's high priority, and backlog is the default state. And let's check. I can add to project. We don't have a project to assign. I wonder why. Because I have this one project. I would expect to I didn't really create a project in a previous. I did actually. Why it doesn't show there? Okay, there's no project yet for this issue, and I can add a label, which could be an improvement. That's not very good to my mind, but I'll create that one. So I'm creating an issue for the team. So there you have it. Your first issue for a newly created team, the design team. If I have this team available, then I can add a new project to them. Let's go to this design team. So I can create a project for them. And let's now actually create this landing page project. And it's a new landing page design for airline app. And let's now create this project. You can add, of course, much more information. So let's create it. Now I have this landing page project, and you can see from the upper hand side here that it is assigned to this design team. Okay, that looks very clean and nice. Here you can see the overview, of course, but then if you want to add an issue to this team, which is also an issue related to this project, you can add issues from here. So let's see that landing page design meeting could be one task for the team to attend. Landing page design kickoff meeting. And here you can see that when you create a new issue there's a landing page project which this belongs to. So now if I create issue, then you have the project view also for this issue here. So you can add more issues here. And if I had these issues in the project and I have this team building event, can I assign it to the project as well? From here, if you have created issues but didn't have the project yet, you can also, by selecting that issue, you can add it to the project. And I can add this to this landing page project now. And this is a very, very nice feature. Very fluent workflow, I believe. So you can see now here the projects and select that. And if you want to see the issues, you see both there as we speak. This looks very nice indeed. I'm happily surprised. This looks quite nice to me, very clean user interface. And here if you press this pen icon, you can immediately add issues by default. And if you have selected this project view to the team, so this immediately goes to the right project. If you create a new issue here, users see offers in the landing page. Users see flight offers in the landing page. And this goes to this landing page project right away. If I create issue here, you see it there. From this view, you can prioritize. Actually, you can't prioritize. Why can't you? Set priority medium. And it shows the priority of the issue right there. And if I say that this is urgent, then it immediately goes to the top of the backlog. So this is really great. You can't by accident track the issue of higher priority below the one that is in lower priority. So this is quite handy. So it has this nice feature here as well. Of course, you can see your issues here, and you can check the settings of your workspace. Here are some quite many customization options that you can dig into. You can use the light or dark theme and the different flavors of dark theme. For instance, now I have this magic blue and then my basic dark. So you can check all these different options. There are lots of them. This tool is versatile and has a lot of nice looking designs that is easy to navigate. And in this workspace section here on the left hand side, you have this more button. If you click customize sidebar, then you can select what you want to see on the left hand side. So you can customize all that as well. And for instance, if you are moving to Linear from Jira, I guess you have this integration import issues from another tool. So not only Jira, but it has some other tools as well. So you can import issues from an existing tool as well. And here seems to be some CLI import as well. I haven't really checked what's possible there. Okay, you can import CSV from a command line, I guess. So in case of Asana or Jira and some other tools, or GitHub API or Trello in a JSON format. I actually used Trello, so I could try that some other time, but that's a topic for another video. And on the left hand side, you can see that it has pretty many configuration objects that you can define. And it also has new features here. So for instance, these initiatives. So it has quite many features even in the free version of Linear. What I studied before was these initiatives. Let's see what that entails. So I guess this is more like collecting ideas, or if you don't know exactly if you want to create a project or some features, then you can present them first as initiatives. So someone has an idea, but you have to here enable those. Now I have this enable initiatives selected, and if I go back to the app, there you can see initiatives are visible in your workspace here. So if I go there, and someone else who doesn't have a Linear account, I believe that it is possible for them to also create initiatives. More like in Jira, you have this Jira product discovery tool or application, and there you can collect your product ideas coming from customers, from sales, and from your team or any stakeholder, and you can record these initiatives to this separate box when you can handle them according to the process if you have one. So you can really evaluate if this initiative is worth checking or deeper dive to create a new project out of them, plan them in your roadmap, for instance. So that's nice. It's there. I might have to make another video about handling those initiatives, because to me it resembles Jira product discovery application by Atlassian, so quite similar. I have actually made another video about that, so I can put it in the description where you can check that video later on. Now it has 2 landing page projects. I will probably have to get rid of this one. Okay, it didn't. I probably had some problem with my setup here, so it needed some refresh or something like that. But anyway, yeah, this was the raw take on Linear. To me, this seems pretty nice application for managing your products, product development. Maybe I'll create some new tutorials how to use it. This was actually my first take when I tried to create issues, tried to create projects. This is a learning journey for me as well, but when I get more used to the tool and the interface, I guess this is a very useful tool. And what I would like to know is about reporting, creating different kind of reports out of the system, how to view a certain project, how it's proceeding, are we meeting the goals that we have for the project, are we meeting the dates. That could be something that I could elaborate further in another video. But hey, thanks for watching, and I see you in the next one.